Hello, and welcome to Santana's Cooking Show. Today, I'll be making a simple yet delicious recipe that is sure to fill your tummy. Today's ingredients we will be using is whole milk, oil, eggs, real milk chocolate chips, baking powder, salt, all-purpose flour, and sugar. For the utensils we will be needing today is a teaspoon, tablespoon, 1 cup, 1/4 cup, spatula, and of course let's not forget your pan. So for today's recipe we're going to make pancakes. Now what we need to do is combine 1 cup of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. But before you do that, what you will need to do is turn your oven on to medium to high heat. Once that is done, you put your 1 cup of all-purpose flour in. The all-purpose flour is needed for structure. When mixed with liquid, the starch gelatinizes and the proteins form gluten, both of which give structure. Then, you'll need a tablespoon of sugar, or white sugar. This also acts as a tenderizer and contributes to the flavor and color through caramelization. Next, you'll need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. What the baking powder does is when mixed with the liquid, it blends the batter by producing CO2, or as you know, carbon dioxide. Now, for last but not least, is the salt. You will want a teaspoon of salt, which just simply helps to make sure it's not so bland. I like to use a little bit under a teaspoon just because I like be using my salt. So now that you got all these ingredients together, what you'll need is a whisk and mix them together. Now for the wet ingredients. What you'll need is 1 cup of milk. What this cup of milk does is it helps thin out the batter and make sure that it doesn't get too thick. Now next, you will need to put 1 egg in. What this egg does is that when it starts cooking, it helps give it that structure that it needs by when cooked the proteins coagulate and come together and help trap those CO2 bubbles that come in that produce from the baking powder. Now also, what you will need to do is put 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Acts as a tenderizer by preventing too much gluten from forming. 1 and 2. Now once you have all those ingredients in the bowl, what you just need to do is simply give it a light mix until you start forming that batter you need. Once it starts coming together, you just really give it a good old stir. And as you can see already, this is starting to form a batter-like substance, and this is your pancake. Also, don't forget your milk chocolate chips to add to your batter. These is how you get the nice chocolate chip pancakes. Now try not to add too much, otherwise it will overwhelm your batter and your pancakes will be way too chocolatey. Now, what you want to do is get a 1/4 cup and grab some batter out, just enough, and bring it over to your oil and pour 1 good pancake out. Now you want to let that sit for approximately like 2 to 3 minutes, and you want to make sure it gets nice and brown on one side, and the key to a good pancake is to flip it once and you will achieve something pretty great. Flip the pancake. After they have been flipped, what you want to do, take it off, put it on the plate, you can put some syrup on it for added flavor, and there you go. You got yourself a meal. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. You're looking pretty good, Alex.